Did you know that you can save money this year while you're paying your income taxes? Did you know that the Government of India during the budget of 2020 has introduced a new tax regime that would make you save some money depending on what income bracket you fall under? This video is not meant for everyone because it's only meant for a certain strata of people who fall under the lower income tax or the middle income tax bracket. And if you're in the 30% above bracket, well, then this video is not really meant for you. Welcome to WalletWise. This is Surya. I've been wanting to make some content about diversified topics like tax advice, investment advice, and this is the first in that series, where I'll be talking about the new tax regime introduced and who should opt for this. The good thing about the tax regime is that it's an optional system. So while you are filing your income taxes, or when you tell your employer, your HR people that, hey, I want to opt for the new tax regime, or you can choose to stay with the old regime depending on where or how much you earn every month. And the objective of this video is to help you make that decision. Should you sign up for older tax regime, or should you be going for the new tax regime? On the face of it, there might not seem like a lot of difference, but what has changed is that the new tax system gives you a little more power to choose how much you invest, where you invest. It'll give you a little more liquidity versus the older tax regime, which was predominantly targeted for people to forcefully invest. Here is an option where you can choose your investments and be wiser with your investments. So let me just break this down for you in this slideshow quickly. If you're earning up to 2.5 lakhs per annum, whether it's a new tax system or the old system, there's no difference. You don't need to pay any taxes. If you're earning over 2.5 lakhs and less than 5 lakhs, then you even then don't need to pay income tax in either the old system or the new system. There's a 5% rebate where you can claim whatever money you pay or the company reduces for you, you can get a rebate for it. If your income is over 5 lakhs and less than 7.5 lakhs, then the new tax gives you a benefit of a 10% income tax return rate versus 20%, which was earlier. If you earn more than 7.5 lakhs cumulatively and less than 10 lakhs per month, the new tax system would give you a 15% tax rate instead of the 20% as earlier. If you earn more than 10 lakhs and if your income is between 10 to 12.5 lakhs, the new rate is 20%, while the old rate was 30%. If your income is more than 12.5 lakhs and less than 15 lakhs, then your tax rate would be 25% instead of 30%. If your income is over 30%, then it doesn't make a difference whether you opt for the new tax system or the old tax system. Now, who should choose for the new tax system? Let me break it down for you, and let's look at the savings that you can have. Now, if you go through this particular image in front of you, it shows you what's this tax savings if you did not opt for any of the tax saving instruments, like you have not gone for the ATC deductions like paying your insurance, you have not chosen to you don't have a home loan, you don't have to pay interest on the home loan, you don't have any medical insurance, you don't have any equity linked savings schemes or tax savings mutual funds as they're called. If none of them exist, then this applies. So just let's look at this quickly. If your income is less than 2.5 lakhs, then the new system, the old system, there's no tax savings, as we already discussed. So effectively, anyone earning less than 5 lakhs cumulatively, there is no difference. Now, once your income is over 5 lakhs, then what happens? Here is a scenario where the new tax system would mean that you would be paying 25,000 of taxes, while in the old system, you would be paying 50,000 rupees as tax. If your income is over 7.5 and less than 10 lakhs, then in the new tax system, you'll be paying 37,500 as taxes versus 50,000. And it increases like that. You can just look at the image on the screen. Effectively, if you did not have any tax savings or you did not have any tax instruments on your side, and you are earning over 15 lakh rupees in the 30% tax bracket, you would be saving over 75,000 rupees. So that looks nice in principle. If I was in I am in that tax bracket, so that would on paper look like 75,000 rupees savings for me. But where is the problem? Let's look at this slide. It gives you a list of all the deductions that you have. If you are a salaried employee, you have a standard deduction of 50,000 rupees, which is there on the old tax system. So whatever be your income, whether it is 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs or 1 crore, whatever, you can claim 50,000 rupees straight away per annum as a standard deduction. After that, you have section 80C investment. This is quite common. Most of us know these tax saving instruments. You have insurance, ELSS. ELSS again, mutual funds which are meant for tax saving. And then you have home loan principal repayment, children's tuition fee, your own education loan payment, 5-year fixed deposits. In case you can have a tax saving fixed deposit also up to 1.5 lakh per annum. So this is a benefit that you don't have in the new system. I'll be doing a video separately about the 80C investments in detail, so you can in today's world in 2020, when fixed deposits aren't paying you a lot of interest, which should be the best tax savings instrument to choose, I'll help you out in another video. Home loan interest. If you have a home loan under section 80EE, you can choose up to 2 lakh rupees of additional interest as a deduction. If you have an education loan, the interest payment on that, you can claim the entire interest that you paid during a financial year as a deduction. If you have medical insurance under section 80D, you can claim 25,000. If you have additional contribution towards the national pension scheme, only towards the national pension scheme, not a private pension scheme, you can claim another 50,000 rupees. If you are living in a rented house and if your company is providing you a HRA, that is house rental allowance, the amount of HRA can be claimed again as a deduction. Now, HRA is a complicated topic, so I wouldn't want to cover that in detail in this video, because this is only going to be focused on the new tax system and what are the benefits that it offers. So these last 3 slides gave you an impression of what are the features of the new tax system. Let's go back and see what are the benefits of it and who should opt for it. Only if you fall in the income bracket of 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, you tend to gain a little bit. If you're beyond 10 lakhs, if you do not have a home loan, sure, then there's a possibility that you might have some savings. Otherwise, trust me, if you have either a home loan, live in a rented house, or you have annual insurance that you pay, life insurance I mean, it absolutely does not make sense to go for the new tax system. My problem with the new tax system is not just whether you can opt for it or not. The problem is that it de-incentivizes investment. As it is, Indians don't invest into the primary market, and the only way of we investing is that we buy homes or we buy life insurance, and those life insurance companies or mutual funds end up putting their money into primary markets, that is the equity markets. Now, if that is also removed, then it kind of will make people just spend money wastefully. And that's my biggest gripe with the new tax system. Apart from that, it's a step in the right direction. Probably a year or two, once the government decides to tweak this tax system and provide it in a robust way where even people in the highest tax bracket have some savings, this is a great way to go ahead, because it empowers you, me, everyone to choose our own system of investing. Why should you put money where the government wants you to put your money? Your hard-earned money, you should put your money where you feel deem fit. Not just because you need to buy a house, not because you need to buy an insurance policy. Do what you feel should be optimal for your own investment. I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, because you will be receiving a lot of content about insurance, investments, tax saving, and credit cards, one of my favorite topics. You will be learning so many new things. We will all be learning new things, because every time I make a new video for you guys, I am doing a lot of research and knowing new things about the investment scenario. There will be a lot of content on the investment side, wherein how can you make passive income, how dividend can work. The direction will be a wholly not lot different than and Indianized, because it's also important that content is available for us in words that we understand, rather than, if I just quote something about Apple or Google, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So keeping that in mind, subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you again soon. Wallet wise, save right. Thank you.